Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiana Piles. I am a co-founder of BSTARS, breastfeeding sisters that are receiving support. Hello and welcome to this late edition of our meeting, virtually for right now still. But it's just the ways in which we try our best to remain connected. Hmm, okay. Technical difficulties. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can switch this for that not to happen. Hold on one moment, Facebook feed. There we are. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Okay. Sorry about that. Again, welcome. I promise I will not keep you long. I just at least wanted to um, have a conversation about some things learned over the last wonderful month and week. Happy National Breastfeeding Month as we are coming to an end. As you all know, we have worked our way through our weeks and now find ourselves at the end of Black Breastfeeding Week. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how, like, here it is, we do this work all year round. But of course, August is our time to really shine and showcase, all that we do. And of course, what we do for our Black mothers and families, we really get to shine and showcase in Black Breastfeeding Week, which is amazingly 10 years old this year. It's like, whoa, where's the time going? I was talking to some of the creators, and it's just been a wonderful blessing. And there's still lots of work to be done, as you and I both know. Well, I just wanted to do a couple reflections of BSTAR's support over the last month and week. We were involved in Breast Fest here in Shelby County. That was wonderful. In fact, we made some really great new friends. Part of this work, as you all have come to know and love, is networking. And so here it is, we just talk about our passions and what we have going on. And then we find ourselves surrounded by others doing similar things. And so we find where those niches are, those ways in which we can connect differently. So I love that. Y'all who know me know that. And so it's been a blessing to be able to meet a few new family members along the way. So we were involved in a few other things to support. The Tennessee Breastfeeding Coalition had a wonderful presentation on emergency preparedness around breastfeeding. Because y'all know when emergencies happen, breastfeeding shouldn't have to stop, but it needs to be supported differently. And so I think, especially with all the different things going on in the world these days, it does have our moms thinking about their infant feeding options slightly differently, because as the world goes the way it does, and there are many other things that which we may find ourselves worried and concerned about, at least with breastfeeding, there should be minimal need for concern about feeding this baby as you're trying to figure everything else in your life out. However, it still takes support. And so those are one of the things that we still need to work out for ourselves and in this country. And so, just lots of work to do. And so, for Black Breastfeeding Week, I was honored to be featured by Le Bonheur Healthy Families Tennessee program for their first meeting. That will be a monthly offering for their families, and there's still slots available. A few months ago, if you remember, we had talked with one of their representatives about their program for new moms. One of the programs is for first-time moms, and the other are for families with multiple children that still, meet the qualifications. It was wonderful to meet them. And again, we gather for breastfeeding information, but we always end up talking about anything. I think we even talked about hair edges and stuff like that. I mean, just the things in which we do when we're together, which I love. That's us. That's just how we do. And then of course, last Saturday we had our BSTARS eighth annual 3K walk downtown Memphis. I'm hoping for those who were able to attend that you all had a good time. I know I did. It was so good to see your faces. It was our first year officially back in person. And so I know that we will only grow from here. We are hoping to be able to build upon our momentum. I sincerely appreciate and thank our vendors for showing up the way you did, our families, our moms, our supporters, everyone for showing up. It was a great time. And a lot of you all know, have come to know the intentionality around picking an historical Black park to start our walk from, the route in which we take downtown Memphis through Bill Street, and we go through a few other landmarks around Memphis, including my cousin Bobby Blue Land statue, and other things. And the reflection part for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There's just so much rich history, culture about around Memphis. It's just amazing to be able to reflect on that while we are doing this wonderful support of us out here supporting Black families, Black moms, breastfeeding, because we do breastfeed, yes. And we need to be celebrated and supported for that. And so, again, thank you everyone who came out to that event. So, I just wanted to quickly share with you two things. Promise, I said this was going to be relatively short. So, first thing, I'm running into quite a few moms who are finding that they have the need to pump immediately after birth. Now, in some situations, this is necessary. But say your child is preemie, and you don't have access, cannot breastfeed your child, then you may need a hospital grade pump in which helps to stimulate breast without that stimulation from your newborn baby to be able to produce and get your milk supply up and produce milk for your preemie, in which your body knows and realizes that you have delivered early, you've given birth early, because deliver is for male. And so your body adjusts your milk just for your premature baby. That is amazing. So for moms who find their babies in NICUs, it is an excuse and a definitely good reason to be able to pump your milk, get your milk to your baby, because that may be one of the only ways in which you are connected to your baby at this time. And so, of course, as a new mom, not having the ability to bring your baby home, that can be heart wrenching. And so, at least you can keep that connection. All right. Um, I actually talked to a mom with that, and she was feeling so empowered because she was feeling a little down. Of course, you expect to take your baby home, soon after you give birth. But providing your milk to your preemie, your special milk to your preemie, keeps you connected, keeps you focused, um, while the doctors and everyone are trying to take care of everything else. You are providing the best medicine for your baby. So stay encouraged with that. So I'm not necessarily talking about my preemie NICU babies at this time. Um, Full term, things are going good, babies, and moms are pumping too early. So I get it, y'all. We live in a world that does not celebrate us and our bodies, and we are always bombarded with ideas and things we're marketed to about what our bodies need help with, and we just fall for that. Now, I'm not saying those moms who have to get back to work immediately, all that. I'm just saying there are other reasons why. However, if you find that you at least have 2 weeks to a month with your newborn, what you want to be doing with your newborn is establishing your breast milk supply directly. Get your baby to breast as often and as long as you can after birth. And I know this is going to be like, oh, I feel like I'm just my child's milk source. And it does kind of feel like that. But at the same time, you are establishing a connection with them. They have been safe, warm, and secure within you for 9 months. They've come out, the world is new, and it's a little scary. You getting them to your chest, you getting them to your breast, uh, providing that nourishment for them as much as possible helps them to ease some of their anxiety and yours too. Builds that bond, but it also helps you with your milk supply. So while you're doing that, getting your baby to breast as much as possible. I'm hoping that that's not going to be too horribly loud because I feel like that's going to be loud. My air conditioner. So I'll speak up a little bit. Um, your body naturally, as our hormonal, touchy feely people, things that we are, is going to kick in to say, okay, we need to produce more milk. We need to produce more milk. You are trying to establish your milk supply high. That way, as your body now gets used to the ebb and flow of breastfeeding, it knows how much it should be producing, right? So you go through those moments of engorgement. You go through those feelings of feeling that let down for some of us, like all those wonderful different things that we've never felt before, right? So if you're pumping too early, what you find is that now you are for many moms, and I've seemed to run into quite a few lately. It's giving them an oversupply. And so they're constantly engorged. They are trying to not only get the baby to breast as much as possible, but pumping while the baby's at breast. So it's slightly confusing your breast. Now, I'm not saying that's awesome. That's not awesome and wonderful, but it can be very uncomfortable because your breasts are being told that you have to constantly produce. It's almost like you're producing for twins, which amazingly enough, your body can do for multiples, twins, triplets. It can do that. Our bodies are wonderfully made. However, if you have a single birth, um, and you have a moment of time to be able to get your breast to acclimate naturally, you want to be able to do this without the extra um, responsibility, if you will, of pumping on top of it too early, too soon. So if you can give yourself 2 weeks to establish your milk supply with just you and your baby, just you and your baby. And for those who feel like they're not producing enough, a good hand expression and massage does wonders for help your body to know that you need to produce more. Uh, Continuously getting that baby to breast also helps. And sometimes it's just our own feeling like they're not getting enough. They are always going to seem like they're hungry. Your breast milk is good, it's sweet, it's nourishing, and it's comforting. It's like all of those things. And so as you feel like, this baby just never gets satisfied, it's never going to be quite the as as satisfying, excuse me, as if you've seen other people with a formula fed baby. They tend to be a little bit more lethargic with the how what formula is made of. With breast milk, it's light. It's exactly what they need. It goes in and it goes out. All they're doing is eat, sleeping, and pooping. That's what you want a baby to do. Thank goodness babies are born small, but they come out ready to grow. And in order to do that, they need to eat, sleep, and poop. So please do not feel discouraged when you're feeling like, I don't get I don't get 3 hours of sleep. I don't get them to sleep for 4. You will not yet. It is coming. But at the beginning, you're building this bond and you're providing your wonderful liquid gold. So, again, sisters, if you have the opportunity, let your bodies do what it is made to do naturally for you to establish that relationship, not only with your baby, but with your body and your breast for your breast milk to know what it needs to do on its own without the overstimulation of a pump right at birth. Give it just a moment. And I know that we live in a world in which people have to go to work even sooner than 6 months. I mean, 6 months. Yeah, great. 6 weeks. So talk to your lactation consultant. See what is best for you. However, in the few different examples that I've been running into lately, I wanted to share that with you. But it's going to be okay. The baby's going to be all right. We're going to figure it out together. That's what lactation consultants and support systems are here for. And please reach out and use us. Don't. It's so funny. There's been so many times where a mom will be like, "Oh, I didn't mean this. I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you. I didn't mean it." No, no, no. It's never a bother. I'm so glad to hear from you when I do, sis. Doesn't matter when it is. Um, we all know what we go through, but we're in this together. Okay? Please always know that we are in this together. Okay, so my last thing, which actually I guess has to do with that. So I'm segueing over into the work. So I talked a little bit about the importance of Black Breastfeeding Week and the work that still continues to be done around there, the intentionality of the work in which we do. Our rates are slowly coming up, but they're still behind. We still have the severe disparities in our communities. There is still so much to be done, y'all. And so a lot of us find ourselves through a pandemic that we're still, wreaking the effects of, um, tired. And so I need for us to make sure that we are checking in with each other. I want to send a special shout out to my tribe for checking on me. Every event we put 100% of us into. And so on one side, that's great. On one side, and on the other, it's like 100%. Okay, what do you have left after that? You are so absolutely right. But it's just important that you all know that just a lot goes into the support and the work. And so please make sure that we're checking in on each other as we check in on our moms, as we check in on each other in this work. Yes, we know that there is still a lot of work to be done, but we are in this together. And y'all, look, we can't be getting these rates up and showing up just tired and horrible because we have nothing left to give because we've given it all to the work. Um, and I am talking to myself as well. Y'all know, but I just at least want you to know that you are not alone in your feeling. We got to figure this out. There's a lot of this work that we still do free and unpaid for and unseen by others. And you know the others. I'm not talking about our family members. However, we know at the end of the day that if the tables were turned, a lot of this work would not be done if it was done by others, if it was not paid. And so here it is. It shows our true concern. It shows our love, our heart for our families, our sisters, our families, my nieces and nephews. When I say that, I mean that because the need it continues, and it got worse through a pandemic. All these pandemic babies, nothing changed. People's interest and money went other places, but we still need the support, not of just each other and the love, which of course is invaluable, but we also need support financially in order to keep going. And it also helps us to know that ultimately we're being seen. And it's not, we obviously didn't get into this field to be rich, but at the same time, it's important for us to be able to truly take care of our families as we take care of our families. Does that make sense? All right. Well, anyway, please forgive my background. I thought I turned my air off, but I didn't want to get up and look crazy. So I'm hoping that you can hear me. I hope that you can feel me. You know I love y'all. I'm okay. I can be better. Things still go on and persist. I still get to wear my shades and show up the way I do. Hello, Talika. I miss you, girl. I can't wait to get you to Memphis. I'm working on some things. So thank you for this late edition, BSTARS Meetup Live. Happy National Breastfeeding Month as it comes to an end. And happy Black Breastfeeding Week as it comes to an end. However, our work never ends. And so in that, I hope you all stay encouraged and inspired to know that you are not in this alone and that we continue to do this for you and for us and our future. Thank you, Talika. I appreciate you, girl. All right. Well, this will be kept on recording for those who need to look at it later. Those midnight milk club and all that, which is wonderful. Yes, 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 yes. Keep up the great work breastfeeding them babies in the middle of the night. I say this, a lot of you all don't realize, of course, when you're pregnant, you're up during the day, you sleep at night, right? So your baby is asleep during the day, up at night, because you are still, when you're up, you're rocking them to sleep. So of course, when they come out, their time is switched. So that's what's going on. That's why you all of a sudden it's like, hey, why is this baby not on my schedule? Oh, and please stop trying to sleep train them. It'll happen. It will happen. Everything. I don't. Oh, this world we live in. It's like, oh no, we got to do that. And a lot of us are falling for that. No, it will come. I promise you, it will come. Hang in there, sis. Take care of yourself as you are taking care of your baby and the rest of your family. You are not alone in knowing how hard that is. And for my single families, my single moms, I know it's even harder. Hang in there. Still try to figure out who your tribe, who you can talk to, and we are also here for you. Please know that. All right. Well, love you. I hope y'all have a great night. And oh, just to say, I'm putting a bug in your ear. We are thinking about having a barbecue um, when the fall comes, when the weather officially breaks. It's been so wonderful to see you all for our pool party in July, for the 3K walk in August. It's just been wonderful. We're still trying to be, as socially spaced and responsible as possible. But you know us, we already germaphobes and mamas, how we do anyway. But we were talking about trying to just do a fun event. This is a community organization and we listen to our mamas. So it's like, yeah, let's. A couple years ago, we met at a park here in Memphis and barbecued and just hung out and just enjoyed each other at a park and brought the children. So we're talking about doing that. So look out for that. In the meantime, we're still meeting up virtually right now. It is our plan to do our baby shower next year early um, in person back at the Hickory Hill Community Center like we usually do. It'll be February, March, Memphis winters. We got to figure that out. So as we get that together, that will create our first in person for 2023. And then from there, our plan is to have our meetings back in person at the library from then on the last Wednesday, as we used to. We know we need to see each other, and we will work out the kinks along the way. And if the world doesn't fall apart, God willing, in the meantime, we will figure that out. But once again, we will figure it out together. Let's see. One more thing. As y'all know, BSTARS is involved in a lot of things in support of our moms and families. We are in talk about getting the Black chorus to come to Memphis. All right, this whole tight and hold still. We're looking at early next year, possibly around spring break. So we're trying to figure out college spring break or school spring break, which would be better for you all, the majority of you all. So if you could let me know about that and your possible interest in it, we're trying to work out the particulars and what we're going to do to try and get as many of you to be able to participate as possible. But I'm super excited for that. Oh my goodness. I just love the fact that here it is, a choice of feeding your baby from your breast can actually turn into a profession. And so that is amazing. That's a blessing to me. Um, so you get to, talk about your journey, your trials and tribulations, your challenges, your successes. And then you come to find there's like a whole bunch of other people who can learn from that and benefit. And that's just empowering. That's so empowering. All right. So I think that's about all. Again, I appreciate y'all for joining me. And I look forward to talking with you all soon. And Ash, I see you on Facebook. It's okay. Make sure you make it to the barbecue, okay? And we'll make sure to get really good time in so that we can figure it out. Of course, it's going to be, probably on the weekend. But like I said, we're going to wait for the weather break. Oh, happy 901 day tomorrow. Here in Memphis, our area code is 901. So September 1st, we have 901 day. So there's going to be a whole bunch of neat things going on. So look out for that because it's tomorrow. All right. Well, everyone, I hope y'all have a good evening and love you, miss you. There's more to come and more to do. That's why we try to mix it up and do some things. Not everybody can come to everything, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. All right. Well, take care and have a good evening. All right. Mm-mm. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.